This is African American History is American History. Republicans have long since cultivated a powerful conditioned response within their party, one rooted in racial anxiety, fear, and resentment. What began as a racial dog whistle has now become a bullhorn, exploited again and again for political gain. The ultimate goal: to win votes and maintain power by uniting a base around fears of immigration, LGBTQ rights, and of course, the teaching of Black history in classrooms, and now even in museums. By throwing this red meat to their base, the far right diverts attention from broader economic issues. High prices for eggs, beef, and cars, for example. Like a magician's sleight of hand, MAGA's racist distractions keep the public from noticing policies quietly passed into law. Policies that overwhelmingly benefit the wealthy at the expense of health care for the poor and middle class. In Washington, D.C., on Wednesday, August 28, 1963, the March for Jobs and Freedom in Washington was held. Today, most people know it as simply the March on Washington, or the march where Dr. King gave his "I Have a Dream" speech. But however you know it to be called, this historic event is considered one of the most pivotal moments in U.S. history. But just 2 months before the march, there was very little interest in it. By 1963, marches in and around the Capitol were becoming rare, and this one, a march to advocate for the civil and economic rights of Negroes, was not particularly popular. A Gallup poll just a few weeks before the march revealed that 80% of Americans knew about it, and of those, only 20% approved, while 42% did not. 18% thought it wouldn't accomplish anything, and would most likely end in violence. President John F. Kennedy, who was trying to get civil rights legislation through Congress, tried to talk A. Philip Randolph, the titular head of the march, and Bayard Rustin, the deputy organizer, out of it. Segregationists in both the House and Senate, including Democratic Congressman from South Carolina William Jennings Bryan Dorn, criticized the government for cooperating with the civil rights activists. Senator Olin D. Johnston, also a Democrat from South Carolina, rejected the bipartisan invitation to attend, writing,
"You are committing the worst possible mistake in promoting this march. You should know that criminal, fanatical, and communistic elements, as well as crackpots, will move in to take every advantage of this mob. You certainly will have no influence on any member of Congress, including myself."
Senator Olin D. Johnston, along with Congressman William Jennings Bryan Dorn, were Dixiecrats, members of a faction of Southern Democrats that stressed states' rights and were staunchly opposed to the civil rights programs of the Democratic Party. Throughout the mid-1960s, 1970s, and even 1980s, these Democrats voted with the Republicans at the national level while remaining with their old party in state and local politics. In 1963, many Republican elected officials attended the march, unlike in 2013, which marked the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington. Event organizers for the anniversary invited top Republicans in the same spirit of bipartisanship as the first march. All Republican elected officials declined to attend, claiming scheduling conflicts or ill health. Over 500 cameramen, technicians, and correspondents from the major television and radio networks covered the event. The event also featured many prominent celebrities of the day, including Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier, James Baldwin, Jackie Robinson, Sammy Davis Jr., Ruby Dee, Diane Carroll, and Lena Horne. A large number of white celebrities came to support the cause as well, such as James Garner, Charlton Heston, Paul Newman, Joanne Woodward, Marlon Brando, and Burt Lancaster, among others. The March for Jobs and Freedom in Washington is credited with propelling the U.S. government into action on civil rights, creating political momentum for the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965.